When my aunt said yes, she said it lightly, as if she were approving a catering order, not ending 8 years of my work. "For your daughter's Excel sheet?" I asked. "She has an MBA," my aunt replied. "We need modernization." I looked at my parents across the dining table. Majority shareholders. My mother's voice was barely above a whisper. "Just keep the peace." Peace. That word again. The family substitute for fairness. For 8 years, I had run payroll for 12,000 construction workers. Every Friday before sunrise, I watched deposits clear, union deductions accurate, tax filings aligned, compliance reports submitted. No missed cycles. No audits flagged. When payroll works, nobody notices. When it fails, everyone does. I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I set my badge down in my soup. "You've got until payday," I said evenly. "Then your crews don't get paid." It wasn't a threat. It was a fact. What they didn't understand was that payroll isn't just spreadsheets. The system was built around registered banking credentials, federal signatory filings, and compliance authorizations tied personally to me. My name sat on the audit trail. Remove me without formal transition, and the system doesn't simply transfer. It freezes. I went home and documented everything. A formal resignation letter. A transition memo outlining required bank updates, IRS signatory amendments, and union notifications. I included timelines, 30 days for authorization changes, 48 hours for bank processing once approved. I kept the tone neutral. Professional, no anger in writing. Wednesday afternoon, the first call came from a regional site supervisor. "Payroll file didn't clear," he said. "Bank flagged it." Of course they did. When a new, unregistered signatory attempts to release a batch that size, fraud protocols activate automatically. It's not personal. It's federal regulation. I didn't call my aunt. By Thursday morning, the compliance department formally froze the payroll batch pending verification of authorized credentials. Union representatives began emailing management. Site managers started asking what they should tell crews. At 11:12 a.m., my phone rang. My aunt. "There's a problem," she said tightly. "Push the file through." "I can't," I replied. "I'm no longer payroll officer of record." Silence. "Then fix it." "There are 2 options," I said calmly. "Reinstate me before 30 p.m. so I can certify under my credentials, or complete the bank's authorization process and accept delayed payroll. Those are compliance requirements." This wasn't revenge. It was procedure. An hour later, my father called. "The bank won't release the funds." "I know." He didn't mention peace this time. By 20:40 p.m., I received a revised board resolution reinstating me as payroll director pending operational review. Signed by both majority shareholders, I drove to the office quietly. No one greeted me dramatically. There was no confrontation. Just tension humming beneath fluorescent lights. I logged in, reviewed the pending batch, and immediately spotted 3 structural errors introduced during the attempted transition: incorrect union code mapping, a duplicated tax formula, and an unverified benefits deduction column. Excel is powerful. It's not compliance. I corrected the file, revalidated the audit trail, and certified the payroll under my registered credentials. At 30:07 p.m., the bank confirmed release. Friday morning, 12,000 workers were paid on time. No one celebrated. My aunt thanked me in a restrained tone, as though I had resolved a minor inconvenience. She did not apologize. I didn't expect her to. The real shift wasn't the reinstatement. It was what followed. The next week, I requested a formal restructuring meeting. Not emotional, not accusatory, structured. I asked for written operational independence, for payroll, clear boundaries preventing removal without compliance transition, formal documentation of authority, and defined board oversight procedures. Alternatively, I proposed a structured buyout of my shares so I could exit cleanly. I wasn't threatening to leave. I was clarifying the cost of ambiguity. This time, no one asked me to keep the peace. They agreed to the contract. Not because I forced them, because the bank had already shown what happens when expertise is treated as replaceable. Family dinners are quieter now. My mother still avoids certain conversations. My aunt speaks to me carefully, less casually than before. I didn't win anything dramatic. I didn't embarrass anyone. But something settled into place. I stopped confusing loyalty with silence, and they stopped confusing invisibility with expendability. Power didn't explode, it simply became undeniable.